Tasmania is an island state located 240 kilometers south of Australia and separated by the Bass Strait. 370 years after Dutch sailor Abel Tasman discovered it, it's still an isolated place. But it has a mystical surf spot named Shipstern Bluff.
It's incredible, yeah, it's like nowhere else I've ever been in my life. You know, you've got sheer Southern Ocean, down, you know, there's nothing between you and Antarctica pretty much, and you're surrounded by just these incredibly high cliffs that are just, you know, just wrapped in bushland. It's just massive. There was that much water in some of those waves. It was, you know, you felt for people's lives when you saw them take off because you didn't know what could happen. It's shallow, the rock's big, packs a lot of punch. To see how many toe boards have been broken down there is probably something to say, you know. Like, there's not too many waves that break toe boards.
It's the Salvador Dali of waves, I guess.
200-meter cliffs rise vertically out of the ocean, and if you're looking for a reassuring hint of civilization, you won't find it. Once known as Devil's Point, Shipstern Bluff's cruelty will leave little doubt that this hellish right-hander could indeed be a crossover point to the underworld. For decades, it was more myth than reality, and no one had ever considered surfing it.
It's a type of wave where it sort of just gets thicker. Like it gets to probably like 15 foot plus, and then it just gets thick and mutated and yeah, heavy and scary.
Kind of surprised that it hasn't had a casualty in there. You know, it takes a long time to get to know the place and really be able to sit there and pick off the ones that, you know, are going to be the waves you want.
With the bulk and volume of water behind it, Shipstern is one of the biggest, heaviest waves in the world. It's ugly, grey, inhospitable, and potentially fatal. A real Tasmanian devil of a wave.
The thing I love about Shipstern is it's the most difficult wave to surf that I've ever surfed. Just unpredictable, and yeah, it just has a mind of its own, and just making it down the face with a 15 footer is kind of, you know, a bit of a victory, whereas most waves you don't have to worry about it, you just find a line and stick to it. But yeah, Shippy's just can go over 2 steps and then you got one more step will come along and it will just, yeah, clean you up and smash you, and then she'll give you the ride of your life.
The wave at the end of the world might not be everyone's piece of cake, but for the hardcore surfers like Brooke Phillips, Marty Paradises, and James Hick, it's one of the best tests of internal fortitude. They made the commitment and ventured to the Southland to look into the maw of the Tasmanian devil. But before every big wave session, there comes the planning, the calculating, and the thoughts of how it might be.
The charts are looking as big as it gets, really. It's I haven't really seen it. I haven't seen it get close to this big. Yeah, the Virtue boys reading 33 feet at 16 seconds or something. So, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much as big as it gets. It's days like this that we really dream about, I guess, and sort of try to imagine
what the wave would do when it got to that size that we hadn't seen before. Fingers crossed we're getting some monster barrels all day and nothing bad happens, and we'll sink and piss tomorrow night with smiles on our faces.
So everybody is really frothing at the mouth because many hellmen have surfed it after the Tasmanian local Andy Campbell pioneered the wave in 1979. But like always, it takes good preparation and the right boards to be in the right place. We'll see if all the anticipation and the infamous stories about Shipstern will come true on our next episode. Stay tuned and stay true with Rebel TV.